Welcome to the Great Quarantini. You know, I started this journey 2 months ago on March 21st. That was when I first uploaded a magic trick to try to entertain people a little bit as we were sheltering at home. I had no idea it was going to last this long, nor do I necessarily see when it's going to end. So I've decided after 2 months it's time to at least change. In the beginning, my goal was to upload a trick a day to kind of give you a break from the coronavirus, maybe bring a smile. And I will continue to try to do that, but I just cannot continue to do it every day. So we're going to change the philosophy a little bit, and I'll still be there, and every so often you'll see a trick, but don't count on a daily trick. Now, as we've reached the end of this leg of the journey, I realize May has been an amazing month for graduation ceremonies. There's an awful lot of people who have graduated and not had the joy of a regular graduation, and they've had virtual graduations and signs in their front yards and principals knocking on their door and all kinds of things. And I decided maybe I should do my part for graduation ceremonies this month and offer my words of wisdom. So in the spirit of this effort, let me give some thoughts to graduates who have perhaps reached their goal and have decided on their goal in life and know where they want to go. Let's see what we can do. You know, once upon a time in a Quarantini, there lived a beautiful girl named Rindercella. Of course, as we all know, Rindercella lived with her mugly other in 2 sad blisters. Now, also in the same Quarantini, there lived a very pranksome hince. And this pranksome hince decided he was going to have a very fancy ball. And he invited people for riles a mound, especially all the pitch people. Now, Rindercella's mugly other and her 2 sad blisters bought some very drancy fesses for the bancy fall. But Rindercella couldn't go because all she had to wear was some old ruddy dags. Now, finally, the night of the bancy fall arrived, and Rindercella, she just cat down and shried. She was sitting there shrying when all of a sudden there appeared before her, like magic, her Gary Modfather, and he touched her with his wagic mond, and she was in a drancy fess, and a big boach and Hicks white sources appeared to take her to the bancy fall. But the Gary Modfather told her, Rindercella, you be sure and be home before midnight, or I'll turn you into a tumpkin. Now, when Rindercella arrived at the bancy fall, the pranksome hince saw her, and Rindercella and the pranksome hince nanced all dight, and they lell in fove. But when the mid-clock struck night, Rindercella staced down the rares, and just as she beached the rodham, she slopped her dripper. Now the next day, this pranksome hince went all over this Quarantini looking for the beautiful burl who had slopped her dripper. They finally came to Rindercella's house, and he tried it on the mugly other, but it fidn't it. And then he tried it on the 2 sisty uglers, and it fidn't it. And then he tried it on Rindercella, and it fidn't it. It was exactly the sight rise. And so they were married, and they lived heavenly ever happily. Now, the story of this Maury is this. If you go to a bancy fall, and your goal is to have a pranksome hince loll in fove with you, don't forget to slop your drippers.